Hello everyone. Today is October 20th, 2020 at 11:17 a.m. Central Standard Time. This is Candy Grand Prix. Um wow. I can't believe this. The last few videos I was talking about, well, I did delete my Twitter, delete my Instagram, and I deleted my blog, but I still have screenshot. I downloaded my data and saved it. So I wish people would hear me out and listen to me. I'm not full of games at all. I'm serious. And a lot of people on Twitter, sorry, a lot of people on Twitter would tweet and like nobody's listening to us. Nobody's helping us. And I've even said, how can we be part of the 144,000 and God's chosen if this is just nothing but a fake, backstabbing, cutthroat, brutal community? Um and so I know the past few videos I said, I was shutting everything down. I quit and this and that. Well, I shut everything down so far except YouTube. But I mean, some people think that all I need is like one or two videos or a couple of pictures of my evidence of the gang stalking and not filming everything, and I don't even get to film everything. Not everything. It's a lot of stuff that I've never, didn't film or didn't get to film, and a lot of instances and a lot of situations in my life that I didn't even get to talk about that happened. So I I'm I don't even know where to start. And I said I was gonna get rid of everything. And when I got rid of my Twitter and one of my Twitter friends, I mean, if it wasn't for Twitter, I would there was less targeted individuals. Twitter and other social media, there would be less people that I would know. But I got the least amount of harassment by perps that just come and randomly say stuff. Like how they do on YouTube and Instagram and sometimes Facebook. I've been shut that down back in September. But um I shut down my social media. I realized that, I got quickly hooked back up and addicted to Twitter after about 8 years. And it's like I was on Twitter all day, every day for a few months. And I feel like, well, wow, I need to be doing something. Well, I mean, what to do more productive? I mean, if I can't work or anything. So I mean, I don't even know if I will do any more videos after this, but I it's like after I said that I was deleting everything, then my twin sister comes yesterday morning and puts up, and I need to just not be scared, not be afraid, and not be afraid of my oppressors, and so please listen to me and hear me out, and I'm not playing any games at all. All of y'all, why believe, even if it's not from my twin sister, any other perps, why believe any lies or smear campaigns against me or any other targeted individual, and you're targeted too? And I'm like, wow, male or female, one of the chief, I guess top three smear campaign slanders that have you on a terrorist watch list is the very same thing that the occultists themselves do, and then they project it onto us good people. A Twitter friend got mad and thought that I personally deleted or blocked her, and I don't want to, mention her name, So I'm like, no, I said, well, I told you I was deleting everything. You didn't give me a reason to block you. And so, she thought that I played into the perps game and turned against her. I would never do that, ever. So, um, it's like really scary to not have much of any support system. And I'm talking about having like a supportive friend or emotional support. I mean, it's sad and upsetting that my previous channel got wrongfully deleted by a perp, one of the chief perps in my life that's online. I never saw her in person. But I didn't get that much great sleep I got very little sleep between last night and this morning, so I'm sleep deprived. And it's like when I deleted my Twitter, they took advantage of me. I mean, they took advantage of vibrating my body extra hard. So what I'm saying is, the people who've been following me, even who knew me from my last channel, even they turned against me and falsely assumed that I'm fake, with all the evidence that I've shown. And I got frustrated because fake TI perks are saying, "Oh, you make us look bad, or you need to stop making a fool out of yourself." Or I mean, you can't say you're targeted and have the same opinion of the perps. So this is with the smear campaigns and lies against the targeted individual who's innocent. You're falsely accused of being either a pedophile, a prostitute, or a crazy person. Well, a terrorist. So a lot of innocent Christian, and especially if you leave a cult, or or if you're a whistleblower. Some people say that they were born targeted. Um, it's a lot of different things. So I'm scared of having nobody really. And one person pointed out, and I think my previous video, that I was doing good and everything was fine until I got on social media. So the fake TI perps have started the smear campaign that even real targeted individuals are falsely believing that I've explained this over and over again like a broken record, that I did my part, and I did my part and did what I had to do to try to get housing. And I've even tried to go to Mobile, Alabama, because remember, even though some people were suggesting, why don't you put up your financial information in every video, so if people want to donate, go ahead. A lot of us targeted individuals are made to be homeless, jobless, driven off the job. They destroy our health. They destroy everything. Excuse me. So, I'm mad that I have to use the bathroom during the middle of this video. I'm gonna try to hold it. And so I was already planning to delete everything, including my YouTube. But now I don't know if I if I should just leave my YouTube open to have at least something of support. Because social media is just too much rumors, gossip, drama, and just everything. I don't even use that word drama, but it's rumors, gossip, drama, and everything. And so my twin sister found my Twitter and brainwashed the targeted individuals and turned them against me. I mean, after I did the video saying that, excuse me, after the videos that I did saying that I was gonna, excuse me, get rid of and delete everything. And so I know that the foster care system rips families apart. And I've talked about that too. And I mean, I don't even know if me and my twin sister really are both targeted. I mean, I know I'm targeted, but I don't know if she's targeted too. So if y'all been following me, why would I just randomly come out of nowhere and just start being money hungry? You know, all those times that the gang stalkers have, well, not a whole lot, but a few times they try to get me to become one of them. And I said, no. And, I'm just trying to, after I've explained before that all the section, I'm on a housing waiting list, but the Section 8 is supposedly been closed. It's very rare and difficult for Section 8 to be open, but I didn't know what was going on a few years ago when my, being vibrated out of my house and then being threatened by neighbors and noise harassment, and feeling unsafe. And I didn't know what the agenda was. But if I would have had the support, if I would have had, and which I hardly get much support now, and I'm not about drama and mess or anything like that. My twin sister lied to everybody saying that I'm the one who's bullying her. And she's like, oh, Candy's not targeted. She's manipulating y'all. And so, as like competition and revenge, she had this channel called Tell It Like It Is. And I'm like, wow, telling it like it is, full of nothing but lies. And then she lied and reversed everything and said that I'm full of lies. And then she pretends to be a narcissistic victim and then lies and said that I'm the narcissist. I don't have any flying monkeys. I don't. And I don't even have an agenda. And if she was, perping me and part of my gang stalking and turning people against me, she has her cult following and her whole flying monkeys who have their minds made up to defend and side with her lies. So this person named Targeted Madison yesterday, and she's like, oh, you can't, I don't even know because when I did the blogs and I said gang stalking twin wars, who's lying? And whoever, if she does dirty stuff and then reverse it and project, she's the one who's the narcissist and then falsely accused me of being one. And then if Madison had been seeing my evidence of targeting, and then she believed my twin sister's lies and smear campaign, saying, my twin sister made up videos lying and saying that I did this and that to her kids, and she even talks about and I didn't even go and, I saw a few comments, and I never thumbs down. I don't thumbs down people's videos, but she thought it was me that it's like some people say that they don't want to get into it because when it comes to me telling my situation, oh, I don't want to get into it because it's family. I mean, it's y'all family situation, but they don't tell her that, or they don't say, oh, I don't want to get involved. So, I mean, if she can have all these supporters and stuff, and I'm just talking about my targeting, I've been talking about just about everybody who has damaged and destroyed me, not just her. But I realized that we have been, and I've tried to get her to understand that when the last time I saw her in person in 2017 and times before. But they all have their minds cemented. It's cemented in their mind that I am to be eliminated off the face of this earth. And then my twin sister lied and said, oh, Candy, burn her bridges from everybody that's supposed to help her, burn her bridges from the family or whatever. And she smear campaigned and lied on me about a lot of different things. And every time we get into an argument, it's a new lie on purpose for bullying and intimidation. And then flip and lie and play victim and say that I'm the one who's, it's just a very stressful and a big mess. And then she has her lesbian lover China to help her. And so Madison was like, ooh, this is getting juicy. Let me go get me some popcorn. And she started to listen to my twin sister's lies and then wrongfully blocked me and then tried to say, oh, and then she had other people, like they had this new age witch fake TI perp named Serene Wellness. And she gave me $120 over the summer. And when I was hesitant to accept she was offering money, and I was hesitant to accept anything from her because I'm like, oh wow, she's a witch, and I don't know if God would be happy with that. And so, I try to be careful to accept money from New Agers, witches, and stuff like that. I mean, I would rather be either Christians or, regular, normal people, but not people trying to, curse me or anything like that. But some people be like, oh, well, what does it matter? She's giving you money, she's helping you out. Well, I mean, not with a curse behind it. So that person even made false promises to offer me a vehicle and offer me this and offer me that. And so then I made a tweet a couple of days later. And not attacking her, but New Age in general, speaking out against the New Age movement. And then she blocked me, and I'm like, wow, the Serene Wellness lady. And she called herself High Frequency Master or something. But one time she made false promises and offered $500 something and offered, oh, well, how much is a hotel? I'll pay for you a hotel room and this and that. And she even tried to talk about, co-signing on an apartment or doing this. And so I hate when you're honest and you're telling the truth, and narcissistic abusers and flying monkeys, they be like, well, I see Candy's bullshit and I see her for who she really is. Y'all brainwashed. And so I'm thankful for the people who truly have helped me out. And it's not about just money or anything like that. A lot of us, I don't know how many, but some of us targeted individuals have our GoFundMe, PayPal, and Cash App because we're struggling and we want to work, and they're blocking us from working and being as independent as we can be because they want us dependent so that they can control us more. So Madison lied to my twin sister and said, oh, she talks bad about you every day on Twitter. She complains about you every day, and she begs for money every week and then threatens to delete her Twitter. Yeah, that's manipulation. I'm like, wow. But then Madison's like, yeah, you deserve help. And Madison is always saying, the targeted Madison, she's always saying, yeah, we need universal basic income. She talks about that a lot. And she's like, well, I hope you can. Well, did you get a hotel room tonight? I hope you got a hotel room tonight. I hope you can get a hotel room tonight, and stuff like that. So now the fake TI perps already they don't want me staying in hotel rooms, and I have been trying to fight for a permanent place. Y'all know my story, who've been following me from before social media. Y'all know my story from when I tried to go to Catholic charities, and my worker was a perp who didn't want to help me, and um, I talked about all that and how the landlords were rejecting and ignoring my calls and blocking my number. Landlords yelling at me and saying nobody will rent to me, that my income wasn't high enough, that I need 3.5 times my rent. And I really hate cold weather. It's torturous. But I function best by myself. And I didn't know Janet was a perp. And I went to stay by her. And I mean, I talked about that too. And so my twin sister lied to people on Twitter and said that she did offer me to come stay by her, which is not true. And she lied and said that she offered me money, which is not true. She never offered me money, except last month for Hurricane Sally, she sent me $10 by Cash App, and then she sent me $10 by Cash App, and then demanded a refund during Hurricane Sally. Only $10. So I don't ask even my twin sister. I don't ask my family for nothing. But when I had money years ago, they would use and take advantage of my money. Excuse me, my student loan money years ago, and um, my twin sister back in 2003 when I was living in New Orleans Towers. In 2004, her and her husband would pop up. They get so much more money than me. Well, they're not married anymore, but my twin sister gets so much more money than me, and I'm not jealous of that. And so, I mean, if I was one, like, even the gay brother Mark and other family members, if y'all get more money than me, y'all got cars and driving, and y'all have your own place, and I was living low income, and like, why y'all need money from me? The day of our birthday last year, the biological brother Wyatt called me up and pretended to be fake nice on my birthday last year, the day after me and my twin sister's argument. And so Wyatt called me up trying to get money out of me. And I'm like, wow. And even 4 years ago, the biological sister Ramona was trying to get money out of me. And I'm like, wow, I'm homeless on the streets. Why y'all in y'all house? Why you need to take money from me? And all these, using and taking advantage of my money. And so I am not, my twin sister wants to paint this false image that I'm money hungry and I'm materialistic and money hungry. That's what she told me in 2017 during our argument. And then, but she was smearing in my face all the free stuff she gets. Well, if you get so much more money than me and I'm homeless and targeted, being gang stalked. From her stories, it sounds like she's targeted and gang stalking. I mean, gang stalked too, but also act like as if she's perping me. I'm just speaking out on my story about what happened. She even did a video, and I didn't look at it, because my mind is fragile right now, and I'm shocked and appalled that it's like my twin sister got in Madison's head like that. And so Madison act like as if she was like brainwashed or re-educated. Did y'all see that The Simpsons? One of those Simpsons shows back then, and I think it was Lisa ended up having to go to a re-education camp, and then she started believing the lies of the mainstream media, whatever. I don't remember exact story, but that's what it was like. And so, I mean, my twin sister lying to people saying she's not being gang stalked, she manipulating y'all, and then she lied and said that I'm using her name for clout and using her name for money and making money off her name, which is not true at all. And so, I mean, I'm in a hotel room right now. I would have still been on the streets, but I'm supposed to leave Saturday. I'm in a hotel right now because, I had enough money that people helped me with for Hurricane Delta, because we didn't know what was gonna happen. So I said that I'm open to moving to different areas, even if it's warm. I hate the way the people are, just the way they are on the West Coast. I lived in Los Angeles 4.5 years. So the way people are, that their poor communication, um, and I think the gang stalking seems like it's worse over there too. It's like people don't communicate properly, and it's like they like if you ask, like and my worker, what was her from Catholic Charities? What was, and then it seemed like Catholic. I mean, I even did a video talking about why my housing plan is a failure, but the gang stalking perps want that. I almost got that cottage, and I mean, I've applied for jobs, um, and it's like I end up not getting hired because of being blacklisted. So I'm tired of repeating myself like a broken record, and nobody's listening. And then Targeted Madison, she never showed videos or pictures of proof of herself being targeted, but she would just talk about herself, going through V2K, or saying that her body's being cooked, or she keeps herself pretty secret, but she'll talk about her, that she gets the V2K, or that they that her, and she might be really targeted, but why would you believe a smear campaign and lie and say, oh, Candy's not, and after all the video evidence that you've seen? And so, I mean, Madison did start to act kind of strange the past couple of weeks, that when I was talking about how the gang stalkers cheated me out my food again, and she's like, you're lucky they're not poisoning your food. Like, it's supposed to be insinuated as if I deserve to be poisoned for complaining about being cheated. Like, that was kind of like when she said, you're lucky they're not poisoning your food. And back then, like, I was kind of, that account was kind of new, and I said, you know what, if everybody's attacking me and stuff, I'm like, I might as well delete my Twitter. And then she said, oh, well, if you better not delete your Twitter. If you delete your Twitter, you're not gonna get the help that you need. And she acted like she was hardcore rooting for me to get help and get back on my feet and get a place and stuff, or at least get a hotel room. Or are you in a hotel room? So now it seems like she's been just like completely re-educated, and she would brag about selling weed and stuff like that. I'm not gonna say so much more or whatever, but she would say that her body's being cooked and stuff like that. And she would talk about, oh, the gang stalkers, they're doing directed conversation at me, but I do it right back at them. But it's amazing how she didn't really retweet my tweets, but she acted like she was, oh, like when I said I don't want to live in cold weather, because, and I explained that, why I don't want to. And so, some fake TI perps, that if they don't, I mean, they'll either have you come live with them for free. I mean, they try to use that as bait, or they'll try to say, oh, well, my landlord, he understands gang stalking and this and that, and then they turn around and be like, oh, well, you need to stop worrying about the noise harassment in red cars or white cars or whatever. I'm like, well, how am I supposed to get proof or evidence of everything, but I'm supposed to ignore everything? I said that too. And so Madison came and found my, I mean, well, this was the first time she ever commented on my YouTube channel and not threatening me, but saying, yeah, I believe your sister. You're going to hell for what you did to your sister. And this and that. And it's like, my twin sister lied and said that I molested all these kids, and the foster mom too, and the foster sister Shelly too. And so, I promise you, I never molested a child. So it's like, I don't even have sexual desire for any children. So, and I don't know. And, I mean, they make false accusations about me being a prostitute and stuff like that. So my twin sister, first she was saying it was the biological brother Sean for so many years, and then I mean, every time me and her get into an argument, there's a new lie, and everybody falls for it and believes it. But I don't have no y'all who know me. Y'all know me not to be the type of person to be manipulative and exploitative or anything like that. But so many people trying to manipulate and exploit me and profiting off of me. As I said, how come the gang stalkers can, and it's like other people can ask for help, and some people are like, well, you get an income. It's not sufficient. I would rather work, but I'm disabled and can only work certain jobs. And people expect me to work like normal. If my ears are sensitive, I need to be in a quiet place with my earbuds in my MP3 player to block out noise. And so if I had a work from home chat job that's legit, that doesn't require experience, but they want hardwired internet, or I had a job working by myself and it was janitorial. I don't think I'm too good to work these low wage part time jobs, but it's like, how can I get off my feet if I try, I like full, even I calculated that even full time work plus my $803 for SSI and Social Security, even me working full time and getting SSI and Social Security is just kind of like barely enough for me to afford an apartment or a house. Because even part time, that would have been like $150 a week, or for a minimum wage job, be like about $150 a week plus. So that would be like $600 a month plus 800. That's 1,400. That's still not enough for a $500 apartment. They want at least 1,750. That's their requirements. And so, even at the opening doors, they just left me hanging. But I tried what I could, and that Lauren person that was my worker, she falsely accused me of doing nothing but playing around and being lazy, when I did my due diligence to go to Catholic Charities. I looked on Craigslist, and there's that other website where I found, with the cottage, and that man just kept posting after. This is how they do. Employers refuse to hire me, or landlords refuse to rent to me. And that was a lady who had a few trailers for rent, and I tried to inquire about it, and she was rude to me and blocked my number and was repeatedly ignoring my calls. So, and then I've had quite a few other landlords. I tried what I could. And so, I have a storage unit because I have a lot of my important medical papers and certain other important things in there. And so people try to make like as if, oh, that's material things that could always be replaced. I'm like, wait a minute now. Well, my medical papers and stuff, me just carrying around everything. I don't, I can't even carry around, everything. I would rather be loose and free and just walk around, because if you carrying around everything, I've experienced that when I look homeless, of course you can't get a job that way. If you look homeless, and if you look homeless and you carrying around a lot of stuff, and it's like employers won't, it's fucked up, but employers won't hire you for a job. And so, with my disability, in janitorial or dishwashing, they tell me I work too slow, and the workplace mobbing is too stressful, and I've been super sleep deprived and trying to get back on my feet with I can't even do driving jobs because of sleep deprivation. And plus, I'm pretty sure they would workplace mob me there. And now with the forced mask wearing thing, it's making everything worse. I wish they would have never done this. With the fake coronavirus and forced mask wearing and stuff like that. Excuse me. So it's like with shelters and stuff, how exploitative, and I've talked about how exploitative and abusive they are. And then, people like, oh, you just don't want to follow rules, or they try to make like as if I'm the spoiled narcissist who just wants my way and doesn't want to follow rules. Well, that's not true. And if I'm paying $600 to stay somewhere, why can't I eat what I want? Why do I have to have a curfew and stuff like that? I mean, not that I go out running the streets anyway, but even if you pay to stay in a shelter, they still say you will lose your bed if you spend one night away from the shelter, even if you go to the hospital and stuff like that. They're shady at the shelters. So, I mean, my twin sister was like, oh yeah, even other targeted individuals have tried to, offer her help, and she declined them. I'm like, well, those were the exploitative fake TI perps who were abusive over the phone. Of course, if somebody's abusive to you over the phone and a stranger and won't tell you what their name is, you hiding what your name is, but you're a guy and I'm a female, and you weigh in with Wisconsin and I'm down here in Florida, I'm a female. What? And we can't live like that. And then he admitted that he's that DJ person. He was very abusive, and I'm still not over. I'm still traumatized by his words. So, the gang stalkers don't want me in Pensacola. They ran me out of my hometown, New Orleans, where I was born and raised, and that people think that I deserve to just be punished and not allowed to have choices. My right to have a choice. I've been blacklisted since foster care. The foster mom had that set in place because of for revenge and for her own selfish greed and control. And people on Twitter were, I mean, they had this one person named Rick or something like that, and he said, "Oh, I saw I saw her YouTube channel about talking about me. I saw her YouTube channel about 4 months ago, and I knew she was full of shit. I'm surprised she kept up the roots for so many years. I mean, for so long." I'm like, I have a lot of repeated evidence, but y'all the ones who say ignore everything, and y'all the ones who say to ignore everything and shut everything. Some people have said shut down your YouTube channel. It's not good to be on social media, or shut down your YouTube channel, or stay away from Google and this and that. And it's like everybody telling me what to do from different directions. But if I know it will help me, I would take that advice. I don't just shut out everybody. But if I see if I see you give me advice because you care about me and you help me, I'm likely to take that advice. And I do a lot of the times. But if I see you just telling me what to do because you think I'm slow and retarded and you just want to boss me around, then I don't listen to that. I don't obey that, or I at least try not to. Because people, they get coercive with their orders. Dishing out orders, telling me what to do. So, it's like even the so-called targeted individual community, they have this false campaign about me just being a user and just wanting money. If that was the case, why do I turn down when I see when somebody tried to send me $7.77 and I returned it? Somebody sent me $33.30, but then another person said, "Be grateful you got any money, and take that 33. Go ahead and accept it or whatever." I'm like, what if God punishes me though? So um, I don't see my twin sister doing videos about other family members. She's not smear campaigning and lying on them. She's not exposing whether it's truth or a lie. She's not saying anything about what the foster mom did to us, what the foster brother Joe did to us. And then she has everybody, so many people, on her side, and she didn't even really like she tried to say, oh yeah, if Candy's traumatized, if she being gang stalked, why did she go around chasing people, and why did she go chase people in cars and chase people in their cars and stuff, run behind cars and stuff or something like that, she said. And it seemed like she's nothing but playing a game and a charade, and she'll play victim and lie and say that I'm the one who's bullying her. So that's why people be like, oh, I don't, because narcissistic abusers, they lie on you and say you do the very same thing that they're doing to you, and they have their lies and everything like prepared before you can even, get your side out. But even without her, I mean, my two sisters like, oh, that's why nobody's listening to her, because she's lying. But other targeted individuals, a few of them were defending me. And Madison was like, yeah, she's a perp because my family do the same thing. And so then, Madison started to try to harass me. And then she was retweeting, and posting my twin sister's videos of false lies about me. And I'm like, I can't believe this shit. My twin sister has even admitted to me quite a few times, I know you never did all that stuff to Raven, but this and that, and then she tried to justify it. So, back in 2013 and stuff, I still don't know how to record phone conversations. But you're gonna tell me she's not a perp when she trying to say I need help, get help, or oh, she's not being gangsta, she's manipulating y'all, or you're crazy, you're sick in the head, you need help, and then yeah, she has all the signs of a perp. So, and other family members too. So, even with the biological sister Ramona and other family members, she's not exposing them. I talked about everybody. Even on my other channel before it got wrongfully deleted by a perp. And so my twin sister tried to play. She tried to be like, oh look, Candy, this is how evil she is, and oh, she's wishing cancer on people. She's wishing this lady die of cancer. Yeah, the Stars 15K lady. She's like, oh, I have no reason to harass you, and I Stars 15K, y'all know about her, and so a lot of targeted individuals be like, I wish these gang stalkers would die. I wish they would do something to these perps, or this person need to be destroyed, because we're getting frustrated because all this stuff is happening to us. We're being tortured and murdered slowly, and nothing is even, it's like these perps it's like they getting rewarded paid for their crimes, and they can get away with everything. And while we get so just punished for lies and for nothing. And so, my twin sister also has people in perps, her helpers, her flying monkeys, implanting more ideas in her head. Like that Tamika Evans person who's a Muslim saying, oh, all she does is complain and beg, and oh, she's crazy and she's just a sad case. And Tamika when people just blindly hear one side of the story rather than listen to both sides and then make your decision. So it's like there are people try to tell me I should get rid of my storage unit. Well, how can I have medical evidence of experimentation done on me in foster care? So I have some of my supplies stored in there too. I don't owe anybody an answer what I have in my storage unit and them trying to tell me what to do. So, quite a few people, or they try to be like, oh, that's material things, that's gonna always be replaced. My driver's license, you want me to throw that away too? You want me to throw away my social security card and just leave the clothes on my back? It's getting winter, it's getting cold. So I mean, and my twin sister try to lie and say, "Oh, Candy burned her bridges," when she actually burned my bridges by getting in people's head with lies. Even she even got to the landlord in Los Angeles, and my neighbors probably went and told the landlords. And so my neighbors in Los Angeles, and I did a video on that 4 years ago. And so, I didn't realize I was being gang stalked really heavily, but my neighbors used to love me. And they even say, "You quiet and stay to yourself." But after around the time when the biological mom Frances died, and my twin sister put lies in the neighbor's head, and the neighbors even admitted to me that she did that. Um, that's when the neighbors started to perp me so bad, leaving dead birds by my doorstep. Um, people in, I mean, I didn't even know that I would leave to go to USC, University of Southern California campus, or go to the beach or the library or something, and then come back and all my doors are open, or I would go to sleep at night and then wake up and all my cabinets open. I got food poisoned a couple of times out there in Los Angeles, and random bullied by random gang members, and so neighbors destroying my property and stuff like that. And so people make like, just because I'm homeless on the streets, that I shouldn't have a storage unit, or that all my stuff is useless or meaningless. Like, I don't have a right to have belongings. I understand that when I go and when I die, I can't take that with me to heaven or hell or wherever I go. I can't take that with me when I die. So, but I need it for while I'm on this earth. I mean, where am I gonna store my I mean, if I have bladder pads that I have to wear, and baby wipes and trash bags and stuff for when they force diarrhea me, I need batteries in my MP3 player to cut out the noise harassment. Uh, so there's I probably, but I mean, people wouldn't be, if I had my own place, people wouldn't be telling me get rid of your stuff. So it's like I pay out of my $803. I pay for my storage unit, and I pay for my phone. And due to the being bullied by homeless people, and plus poor food that they serve, me trying to improve my health, is why I eat out. And I try to keep my stuff to a minimum, like $5 or $10 at the most, just about between $5 and $10. And every once in a big blue moon, I might spend 15, but I usually don't even go over like 17 or anything like that. And so, I don't be spending my money, and can't afford, even if people give me money, I can't afford steak and shrimp dinners and stuff like that. But my $9.99 steak dinner, it's like everybody attacked me and talking about, oh, that I'm not a real TI, because, and I mean, I like that dinner was a 6-ounce steak from Texas Roadhouse Grill. Real TIs don't go eat out out at steakhouses a few times a week. And I said that was my first time, and I don't even remember how many years having a steak. I rarely get to afford steak. Rarely get to eat steak. I mean, I always have to go for the chicken or pork or something because it's cheaper. And then people attack me about eating pork. You shouldn't eat pork because of health or whatever. You shouldn't drink milk. So, I mean, I don't even get to eat seafood that much. If I do, it'd be like canned mackerel, or or canned tuna or salmon or something that's from Dollar Tree. So back then, when I was younger and wasn't aware of the truth, about things, the consumerism and stuff like that. A lot of us back then have wanted to live that American dream. So, and people used to tell me that I was so smart and made things sound so promising that they just knew I was going to be that successful doctor. But then, once the crazy campaign came along, oh, you don't even have the mentality to construct a coherent sentence. How the hell are you going to be a doctor? Ever since after the Lanika situation, when the foster mom blamed me, go ahead and defend Lanika. Defend my twin sister. Lanika and the Kraft family, they're Masonic witches. I don't think every single family member is from the Kraft family, but a lot of, they're Masonic witches. And I explained that, already. So my twin sister would defend Lanika against me, defend the Kraft family against me, defend the foster family against me, defend strangers against me, and never really was on my side whenever I have a crisis or when I'm going through something. And I'm not talking about money. It doesn't have to be money. I'm talking about more like emotional support. Sometimes my twin sister will say that she knows it's not my fault. Like, what do you mean the way I am? She knows it's not my fault the way I am, but she would get mad and sometimes blame the foster mom. I guess that's her moment when she's pretending to be fake nice. And it's like, how can you tell me she's not a perp if she turned my neighbor, every friend or neighbor I had, she turned all my friends and neighbors against me. I can't even have a boyfriend. And she feels the need to get into everybody's head that I'm just this sick person, this crazy demon possessed weirdo from planet Mars or something. And, my neighbors who were flying monkeys and gang stalking perps, some people have said that my twin sister is one of my handlers because my twin sister, Alex Dupree, and Stars 15K, Star Bricker, they all act similar. They know how to twist their lies and manipulate and then lie and say that I'm the one who's doing it. And playing a whole bunch and my twin sister lied to everybody on Twitter and said that I'm playing a whole bunch of mind games. I don't need to. Some people who say that they're Christian and targeted, or some people who understand my situation, know what I'm going through. Because I didn't start hardcore asking for money until after Alex ran me out of Pensacola and I thought I was banned from riding the buses. I have video evidence of him saying, I have a lot of video evidence on him. Let's get her banned from riding these buses. And then call the police on me unprovoked. And stalking and following me. And then Madison made it like as if, yeah, oh yeah. She didn't say I deserve to get beat up, but she said, yeah, your twin sister got beat up. And my twin sister's like, yeah, I saw that. Or I guess she must have saw my videos of me talking about being beat up. Because it had to have come from her that Eddie Stafford person said, yeah, where's the marks at? And I heard from a very, very credible source that you're bullshitting, that you're a crock of shit. You're lying. You never had 2 strokes when you were 5. I don't believe a damn thing you say. Well, I have medical records to prove. But some people say, girl, don't waste your time explaining yourself to people. So I've talked about this before. After Alex ran me out of Pensacola, and then, and some people be like, how could you sleep on the streets? How could you do it? I don't get how you can do it. I'm like, well, I have no choice. So when I was panicking and asking for help for a hotel room or something, or even I was looking on Craigslist for jobs and everything. Mobile, Alabama, their Craigslist is nothing but scam. Almost nothing but scam with their rooms for rent and stuff. But I don't mind if I had my own car, I could be more flexible if I had enough money in my, and not a lot of money, but enough money in my own car, and not be sleep deprived and not be functional. I can be more flexible with I can I can be more flexible with a place, with where to live at. But I have to stay in, because I don't have my own car. I have to stay in cities, and I hate taking the buses. They're dirty, and I feel uncomfortable riding the buses, but I'm forced to. And even my twin sister's part of the conspiracy of not wanting me with any happiness. Excuse me. Like, I, my twin sister, it's like she learned these abuse tactics. It's like not only her, but the gay brother Mark and certain other people who have been abused by the foster mom or anybody being abused. It's like they become just like their abuser. But I worked on myself from when I was living in New Orleans Towers and living in Denton, Texas, trying to undo being like the foster mom and just try to practice being myself and being different. Because narcissistic abusers, they try to mold you to be just like them and try to force you to like the things that they like. And if you don't like the color brown because they like the color, if they like a brown skirt and you don't like that brown skirt, then something's wrong with you, or you're ungrateful or unappreciative because you don't like that brown skirt and you would rather the blue one, for example. Excuse me. But I like khaki, but brown pants, to me, that's just ugly and nasty looking. So, I like orange. And so, I mean, this lighter yellow right here, I like darker yellow. So, it's like I'm just, and other targeted individuals are tired too. Tired of our voices not being heard. And then my twin sister try to play victim and lie and say that she's tired of the lies and smear campaign, and the bullying, but that's what she's doing to me. She's learned to act like how the foster mom trained. I think that if we, and people say me and my twin sister were mind controlled, and and that's why, I tried to wake her up. And Madison and this person called Hack Your Own Mother, they both were saying, well, I hope you and your twin sister can reconcile, and stuff like that. I'm open to reconciliation and forgiveness. I even was reading the King James Bible in 2014, 2015, and try to, go make amends with the family, the biological family, even the foster mom and all these people, and trying to forgive and love everybody. And then got spiritually abused by people. And the family was all ignoring me and stuff. And I'm like, I haven't contacted the family, and I, try to, and it's like, my family this is what family members would do. Like, if I can, it's like I'm not even on the same page with them, because there's friction and you can't get along when you're the only one who's woke to the truth and everybody else is brainwashed, believing the lies of the system, the mainstream media and everything. So you're automatically the troublemaker who needs to be shut down. So, people are telling me that they can spiritually see that I'm a beautiful soul and that they know that I'm honest and everything. But me and my twin sister, we both disabled. We both been damaged and abused. And if she can stop with lying and saying I molested her children and other people's children and stuff, and I mean, some people are saying that we need to just squash everything and put everything past us, and then, but there, I mean, I can talk about a great day I had at the beach, and my twin sister would get mad at that, and then I'd be like, well, why are you getting an attitude? And then next thing you know, oh, this argument or whatever. I'm not allowed to talk about what makes me happy. Not just her, but the foster mom was the first one to do that. And then everybody, even the Kraft family members, Lanika and everybody. But if I talk about something that makes me happy or something positive, they get an attitude and get mad at that, and like nobody cares. Even if me feeling joy about our birthday, and nobody, but then everybody else can talk about their birthday. Or if I'm talking about being excited to get to, because I shouldn't have to feel that way. I should be able to have my own house and car like normal. I have a whole college degree. And, I should be able to just get in my car. It shouldn't have to be like a rare treat for an adult to, I have a license, but it shouldn't have to be a rare treat. And I was talking about 4 years ago, talking about renting a car. And my twin sister tried to say, "Oh, well, renting a car is already for people who have a car." I'm like, there are people with no cars of their own. I'm like, wow, you don't want my twin sister and other people don't want me driving, not because you're a danger on the road, or no, they just want to be mean because they know it makes me happy. Targeted individuals aren't allowed to be happy. And then they want to talk about, Candy just burn her bridges away from everybody. Or, she stays miserable. She's just a sad case. And, she's just sad. Or there's no, they make it like as if I'm so far gone crazy that there's no repair. And that gang stalking perp racist psychologist last year with the Voc Rehab psychological evaluation, he was a perp, and they deliberately twisted my words and everything in a psychological evaluation. And he just kept on saying, and I have that documentation too. This obese black female. Why does almost every sentence have to start this obese black female? So I read that and corrected everything on the other channel before it got deleted. But I know what's true and I know what's lies. And my twin sister doesn't want me driving or having a car, doesn't want me with a job, not allowed to have friends. You think you have that authority that I'm not allowed to have friends? Her and the biological sister Ramona and the brother Pete, they parroted what she said. You out there in California by yourself with no family and no friend. They said, no family, no friends. Like they emphasize no family, no friend. Like emphasize the word friends. And you're out there by yourself. And I'm like, well, y'all didn't welcome me to come stay by y'all, but I call myself going to places. And people think I'm just a jackass and making a fool out of myself by trying to seek a career. And they get blocked everywhere. McDonald's won't even hire me. And not because I'm a bad person, but because I'm a targeted individual falsely accused. I'm not the only one. But even that psychologist, that gang stalking perp psychologist, my twin sister has persecution and things happening to her too. And I would like for not just me and her, but the whole family. But people like Ramona and Wyatt, they're reprobate. But I think I might have a chance with my twin sister, or even the gay brother Mark, or certain other family members. But people like Ramona is stubborn and reprobate. And it's the truth. But then they quick to condemn you about, you're wrong for this, you're wrong for that, while they plot and try to do setups and bully, harass, and laugh at you. But the moment you strike back, or the moment you expose them, you're wrong for that. And let me tell you something, God don't like ugly, and you'll reap what you sow, and this and that. Ramona's so evil that she deliberately wanted me to, while everybody else make like, they don't, like they didn't want me driving, but and I didn't catch on till years later that Ramona, that retard Ramona, acting like she would pester me to rent a car on purpose so she can do a voodoo spell on me and cause me to wreck the car and hopefully have me sacrificed. Because I heard some people saying like your family members are selling out, selling their souls, selling out for money. I've never done that, but been falsely accused. Falsely accused of me, the so-called targeted individual. I mean, it's like the targeted individual community saying that all my videos of evidence are full of shit. All my pictures are full of shit. Like as if I'm to be just dismissed and blacklisted and blocked and everything. I know I'm innocent. I promise I never harmed any of my nieces or nephews. None of them. And I haven't even been around them long enough anyway. So my twin sister even said, oh yeah, ask Candy why she banned from Tulane Hospital. And just, lied on me and said I try to kill Raven and my niece, and then lied on me and try to say I molested Raven. Lied on me and said I stole Raven's umbilical cord when I didn't even get to see Raven that day. She was hiding Raven from me. And so, I mean, and I beg people, please do not believe their smear campaigns and lies and their perps, and they know they're perping me. But my twin sister had these neighbors. In 2017, there was this neighbor who she was telling me about that I never saw. She said that the girl was stalking and following her, and that the girl barged into her house. Like if my twin sister could stand up to, that's when I talk about the hierarchies of narcissistic abuse. Because if my twin sister said this neighbor did all this stuff to her, how come you didn't stand up to her? Like, why aren't you doing videos on Shaquan and all these other people who have wronged you? Elcia and all these other people who have fucked you over so bad. But I'm the only one who you're persecuting and bullying. And that Shaquan person, she said, was stalking and following her. And she said that Shaquan had barged into her house and was tearing up all her medical papers and stuff like that. But she felt defenseless and scared. But she can handle up on her own twin sister. But mentally normal strangers, she's afraid of them. So I mean, I even feel defenseless and scared against my own twin sister, and feel like as if if nobody listens to me and everybody gang up on me with her lies, who's the narcissist here? If I'm blackballed, blacklisted, and people brick wall me and don't even give me the time of the day, and they're brainwashed by her lies and be like, and even with the foster mom, I think that even though the biological mom, for instance, when she was alive, she would make rumors and lies about her own kids too. But I think that if we weren't put in foster care and forced to see a psychiatrist and take medicine, I don't think we would be arguing and fighting like today. And then I think some of the medicines that program you and make you and manipulate you into being violent, it's like this fucking MK Ultra, this damn whatever experiment that they did to us, and witchcraft and blood sacrifices and everything. But as my twin sister defended Stars 15K, and I said, well, Stars 15K lady, she needs to freaking die of the cancer that she already has. And, leave me alone, stop freaking harassing me. But my twin sister played victim and lie and said that I'm the one who's stalking and harassing her. So, targeted Madison, she tried to be like, well, Candy's the narcissistic abuser. Look, when she showed the video saying Candy's the narcissistic abuser who's gang stalks her twin sister, and then everybody's believing those lies. I'm like, targeted Madison lost her fucking mind, or maybe she was a fake TI perp all along. And then a few other people, I'm glad they defended me and called Madison out on being a perp. But my twin sister started to get scared when targeted individuals, when they said that, they said, and Madison just got finished defending me and said, yeah, because my family do the same thing to me, and she said my family perp me too, and she said, yeah, your twin sister's perping you, and then all of a sudden she just That, like, as if I wonder if my twin sister did a voodoo ritual or a witchcraft spell on purpose to get Madison like that. So, um, but I was gonna delete my social media and everything. I was gonna delete everything. It just before I didn't even know my twin sister was making videos to make it like I'm so far gone in the head, and that's the signature thing that the gang stalking perps say about us targeting individuals. We need help. We need medication because they feel threatened by us speaking the truth. Excuse me. I'm sorry. But I took the advice to go get the beets and stuff like that. And, fruits and vegetables. And when was the last time I spent? Well, today is Tuesday. Well, Sunday, I bought $50 worth of groceries and stuff from fake Failmart. But before then, it had, I deleted my Uber account, my Uber Eats account. I deleted that. I deleted my blog. I deleted, I've been deleting my Facebook. I deleted my Twitter and Instagram. Yeah, I mean, it's scary when people say, well, you're not going to have a support system and you shut everything down, or you won't be able to take your grievances. Like, some people say that we're victims of human trafficking, and I'm so sorry. We're victims of human trafficking, and they're making and that the gang stalking perps are making a lot of money off of torturing and hurting us. And like, how the hell are you supposed to ignore zaps to your heart? Or the vibrating, your body being literally cooked, and you're supposed to ignore that. Oh, just ignore I've had people tell me ignore the vibrations. I don't even know if some people take this gang stalking lightly. But some people make like the perps are just there to aggravate you and just get underneath your skin. But other people say yes, the perps can and will kill you, and then cover it up and lie and say, well, it was a suicide or accident or sickness, or when they or drug overdose, like the celebrities, because the gang stalking perps are paparazzi. They do us like celebrities, like they want to make us famous. And Alex Dupree tried to get me, him and a few other, and him and Vice Handler and a few other people tried to get me to sell my soul, and I didn't do it. Now they're harassing me more, but that's okay. I would rather have my soul and know the truth. That's what I prefer. I'm not money hungry. I'm just trying to get off my feet. Winter is coming. I suffered last winter. I suffered last winter here in Pensacola on the streets. And that narcissistic, gang stalking, fake hypocrite church lady, what she did was she waited till the coldest day of the year, the night of or the night after Martin. It was the night after Martin Luther King holiday. They said it was the coldest day of the year, the early 30s weather, and that's when you fucking set me up and kick me out. You cannot call yourself a Christian. and in shelters, it's like they don't care what your needs are. I'm not allowed to have my earbuds with my disability and my targeting and trying to block out noise harassment. And they'll think I'm just spoiled and want my way and don't want to follow rules. And, they try to take all your belongings away from you and say it's for your safety. Stuff comes up missing. Your stuff gets stolen. Your valuables in shelters. I heard about exploitative human trafficking, the homeless. I heard that they have these white vans picking up homeless on the streets and have homeless people disappear. And this is what y'all want from me. I'm a single female by myself being harassed and followed around by men. And this is what y'all want from me. I'm not trying to freeload. Other targeted individuals say too, we would rather work and make our own money. I wish I could start my own business just selling natural health products, or getting my books published. Fuck employment slavery. Being a slave underneath another human being that's exploiting you. And you work, like, some people bust their asses, like how the agenda was made to work to make everybody put into debt. And I didn't know the agendas back then. Back then, yeah, I used to be consumerist, but who wasn't? But I hardly watched TV anyway growing up. And people used to say I was so bright and so smart and everything. But then at the same time, they used to call me retarded as well. And I'm like, well, how the hell am I going to be a retarded nerd? I used to get called a retarded nerd in 8th grade. And bullied, harassed, and laughed at, But the older I get, the meaner people are, and the more they hate me. I mean, it's like, I wish I can reconcile with all my family, no matter what skin color or race or any of that. To hell with the foster family. But my biological family, I wish we can all have each other, but it's so much greed and selfishness. And people like Pete is another one that's reprobate and would never do better. Never try to better himself. And just, I mean, it's like, I know I'm far from perfect, and I at least trying to read the Bible more often, trying to pray more often, and just trying to undo my past wrongs and hurts. Even during my teenage years, I mean, I've lied on people and done mean stuff to people. And I apologized to God. I prayed, asking for forgiveness, trying to better myself. But I'm exposing all these people perping me and who ruined my life, and me just trying to figure stuff out. I still have a lot, even though I've been researching for over a year, and some people be like, stop looking that stuff up on YouTube. And you say you're targeted too, but how you expect me to learn more about the targeting program? But if you say stop researching all that stuff and stop looking at that stuff and information overloading, stop researching and looking at that stuff and just focus on Jesus. But then, well, how come it's okay for you to know about targeting and tell people about it? How come you can put up videos documenting your abuse, but then when I do it, you make a clown out of the whole TI community, or ignore, But everybody else can speak out, and everybody else can document their stuff. So we target individuals aren't crazy, and we each have our own way of doing things, of handling our gang stalking. Some people don't speak at all. Some people are scared, but truly targeted, but scared. But there are a lot of paid fakes and phonies, and I'm not one of them, I promise you. If I was and it's like I have to show proof of everything to everybody. Some people say, girl, don't waste your time trying to prove stuff to people. So, I'm 37 years old, still being treated like I have no rights, treated like a punished child in detention with no rights. Like, is the people, strangers who know nothing about me, giving me this piercing, like soul piercing to my soul, vicious hate, anger look. And then, people in the so-called targeted individual community believing the perps over me, defending the perps over me. Targeted Madison even said that, why do people defend the perps? And just exactly what she did. So I know I'm innocent. God knows I'm innocent and falsely accused. And other targeted individuals who I'm not working the works of witchcraft and darkness, the occult and new age. Back then, the foster mom had us in martial arts and had us in that cult. But people are, I mean, what's the point of being part of a religion where everybody hates you or where nobody likes you? Excuse me. What's the point of being part of a religion where nobody likes you? And that fake IDMR cult, the fake cult Bible class. And one person who was telling me, well, she cut off all contact with me when I said she was being gang stalked too, that the IDMR cult people, that her daughter was part of it, and the daughter and her husband joined and were part of it, and so the lady, the daughter and the daughter's husband joined the IDMR cult, and the lady lost her daughter to this cult, and and she was said that the gang stalking perps from the IDMR cult were throwing stuff in her yard. She tried to make it like she was trying to save her daughter from that cult, like or like she didn't want her. Like no, like people, more and more people are joining evil forces and succumbing to new age. I mean, the Bible prophesies this. I'm thankful that I came out of Babylon. I mean, mentally and spiritually, trying to right the wrongs that I knew not what I did. I've done evil and bad stuff back then, but been trying to undo the evil and trying to repent and trying to make things right. And I still have a lot to go. I know I'm on the right path right now. I promise you. I know. I mean, in the middle of my research, I would be trying to tell my twin sister and my other family members, because my twin sister put stuff in their head. Like none of my family members, they all have their minds made up to not believe a damn thing I say. So my head is hurting me right here. You can tell it's the direct energy weapons because it's right here, and it would be like in the exact same spot. This happened before. So, directed energy weapons. Research that. Google or YouTube search. And I had to research. I come across and stumbled upon gang stalking and targeted individuals 4 years ago. That kept coming up when I was researching why my body was vibrating and noise, like shitty, trashy neighbors. Like why my neighbors, give me a hard time. Neighbors harassing and bullying me, torturing me and stuff, tormenting me. And it's like I felt traumatized with living in apartments and stuff like that. So neighbors torturing me, and it's like me researching like bad neighbors and noise. I mean, neighbors wait till nighttime to make noise and blast loud music and stuff like that. And then the police do nothing about it because they're in on it. Don't go to the police. But then they mock and laugh at you. Ha ha. If you die in the police in the ambulance, the first people you call, not Jesus, and then they mock and laugh at you. So I'm willing to reconcile. Willing to reconcile. But I need my documentation and my evidence of the gang stalking. I don't know if my twin sister knows about or any other family. They'll be like, oh, that's bullshit. That man ain't following her around. She just whatever. Because they're in on it. But my sister Ramona does all this fucked up shit to people. Puts voodoo spells on people. Nothing really happens to Ramona. Like, she's freaking invincible. Nothing bad ever happens to her. And certain other people too, like people like Lanika, people like Shelly from the Foster family. It's like, and Ramona and all them, they sit there as if they're trying to set you up and wait to see you fall on your face so they can ignorantly laugh. You know, trying to plot your destruction and just, everything is funny. And even the biological brother Wyatt and the biological nephew Raymond, like, everything's funny to them. Immature asses. Everything's just fucking funny. So, I mean, if I say a stranger laughed at me, my twin sister would defend that stranger against me. I mean, but when the foster cousin Whitney, who I call Shitney, hardcore Butch Mandike Shitney, Whitney White, when she tried to say in 2010, just randomly out of nowhere, I just got out the mental hospital, and she said, Candy, stop putting all your broadcasting all your business out there on the internet. It's not cool and this and that. And then she blocked me or whatever. And I'm like, what the hell? This is fucking, like, so the foster family. And then in 2017, 18, or 19, one of those years, excuse me, when I was in New Orleans on the West Bank, I think it was 2009, last year, and I saw somebody that looked like Whitney Shitney driving a gold raggedy Dodge Journey and gave me a mean look. And the foster cousin Shelby, like Whitney's brother, saw me at least 3 times at Rouse's in New Orleans, downtown. And, it seemed like he went and, it's like he acted like he was excited to see me. And then he didn't offer any help. I'm not talking about money, but, he didn't really offer me any help, like any emotional support or even directions of where I can go stay at, or he just snuck behind my back. He never called me, but he asked me for my phone number and then gave it to the foster mom. And they probably sit there because they're so narcissistic and high-minded that they're too good to be homeless. And they're too good to be homeless. And they're too good to take the transit. Even the Kraft family, they're too good to take transit buses. They're too good to be homeless. They're too good to donate to the homeless. Nope, it doesn't have to be me. But, the foster mom prophesied my destruction and failure. My twin sister Brandy even said, the foster mom, and she set us up for failure. Yes, she set both of us up for failure. But I wasn't even given a fair chance. And last night before I deleted my Twitter account, this girl was talking about her abusive foster parents, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could have gotten to I wish I could have gotten to connect with her. And I was thinking about writing a book, a different book, but I would have liked some more people to come forward and more evidence of people being in foster care and also being targeted individuals and gang stalked. Because they put us in this program. Some people say it's for experimentation and for their new world order. And I wish that me and my twin sister can just sit down, and not just us, but other family members, that we can love each other more and sit down and read the Bible together, pray together, research truth together. But they're comfortable in a lie. Like people like Ramona, she's history. Like she's the one who's so far gone. There's no hope. You can forget it. She's stubborn, and a lot of the family know that. People like Yvonne, my drunk Aunt Yvonne, freaking reprobate. no conscience at all. And just fucking ignorant as hell. Um, so yeah, if you're not a gang stalker, you wouldn't be saying people need medication and need help when psychiatry is Nazi, racist in origin, eugenics, and then they try to say if you're a runaway slave, you have drapetomania, which is a mental illness for a runaway slave. If y'all can research about the truth about the Nuremberg trials and stuff like that, and um, back then I used to follow rules and be obedient and stuff like that. And it's like no matter what, I still get punished anyway, or set up or lied on when I'm doing the right thing. So research eugenics, research population control, MK Ultra, backmasking in music, mainstream media, advertising, just brainwashing us. So people might ask, why are you still obese? Why are you still overweight? Well, homeless on the streets, and as I said, those salads at the healthy organic salads at eating out, it's like $17.99, $15.99 and stuff. So, whenever I can, I might buy like a couple of mangoes, or I can't carry around spring mix or something because it will spoil. And as I said, if I carry around a lot of stuff with me, those of you who've been with me from my other channel before it got deleted, on Christmas night, I got kicked out of excuse me, there are a lot of people who told me to my face that they treat me a certain way because I'm homeless. And they're not shy with it. They say, because you're homeless. And I'm like, I'm clean, I shower, I have OCD, and I'm clean, and I make sure I shower, and I mean every day and stuff, so I'm not a bum, and I don't like to have to beg, but people were like, oh no, because they've been like offer me some money sometimes, and if I don't need it, I'll be like, no thanks, I'm fine, I don't need it. Girl, don't be too proud to turn down help. Girl, take this money or whatever. I'm like, no, I'm fine. Girl, you better. So okay, well, fine, I'll take it. And so then I would use it on the basic necessities. I don't use. I mean, I recently with my money this month, I bought an $80 pair of Reeboks because that was all I could find. That I was trying to get some high top sneakers to wear, and they turn up to I bought them size 9. I know I need to lose some more weight, and they keep me swollen with the electronic harassment. So maybe if I lose weight, the shoes might feel better. But that was, I mean, they're not. I mean, but they fit me like above my ankles. I was trying to get some, but they're not that comfortable though. So for the winter, my ankles suffered, and my feet and stuff suffered, and I would wear like 3 or 4 pairs of socks and bundle up and still be like too cold outside. And I heard that people die on the streets in the winter, in the snow, and it's cold, snow and cold. People die on the streets homeless in the winter, and I'm pretty sure in extreme heat in the summer they die too. And so people think that and that's what the family will say. Candy is lazy and don't want to work, and the perp said the same thing. Or she just want people to, that she made herself homeless on purpose because she want people to feel sorry for her, and she's just trying to get attention. That's not true. Read the citizensaht.org website. Like how we're only allowed to have a certain amount of low income because they're making big money off of us. Only certain targeted individuals. I mean, I've tried with my books. So I said I didn't even want to be an idle beggar. But I figure, other homeless people, they try to take up an art or a craft or music and busking and stuff like that. And black homeless people here in Pensacola, even if they're not panhandling, they can play music for 8 hours, but they do not give up. Because you're black and homeless in Pensacola, Florida, I see they're lucky if they get $1 working 8 hours just playing music on Palafox Street, which is like Pensacola's version of like a mini Canal Street. And then if you're white and you're homeless in Pensacola, I see your guitar filled with like, wow. So they got some white people struggling too here. But I'm just saying, like, pointing out the freaking obvious racism by the rich, proper white people here in Pensacola. And then, so, I mean, they have this one homeless white lady. She smeared it in my face about how somebody blessed her with $250, and she said she's a prostitute and on drugs. That's the lie that they make on targeted individuals. But she said that about herself. And they try to think that all homeless women are crazy prostitutes on drugs. But the men are just like, oh, they're just crazy. Homeless people are just crazy on drugs. So in New York, they try to make like being homeless, you're mentally ill. Or you're mentally unstable because you're homeless or whatever. People can see that I'm high functioning. I pay my bills on time and I function independently. And I prefer to be independent. I don't like people, dictating my life or trying to control my way of doing things. But I don't mind suggestions and help and assistance, and support. But I don't like just that taking away my rights kind of control. Like, excuse me, taking away my rights kind of control. So, I gotta use the bathroom so bad, but I'm trying to hold it because I don't want this video to be interrupted. So, the lady bragged about how somebody drove by and gave her $250, and she bragged and smeared it in my face about how she went to go spend it on drugs and stuff like that. But if somebody gave me $250, I would either try to set it aside, if there was hope for housing, but there's no avenue or hope for housing. Wow, it looks like some bug or something up there. Can I take a break? I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, right about now, everything seems so fresh, and like I feel like I need a pause and a break. Excuse me, not right about now, but you know what? Even if I reconcile with certain narcissistic family members, it's like they say that some people say that sometimes whole entire families are narcissistic with just that one outcast, that one scapegoat. And I'm the black sheep scapegoat of the family. Sean was too, but now Sean is one of them. And so I don't want to be. I mean, I got tired. I got away from the family because I got tired of mental health counselors calling me stupid for not intentionally tolerating their abuse, but I felt helpless. And so the mental health counselors, I'm not going to pay you $78 a week, and that I don't even have, for you to just blame me for my abuse, and I could walk out feeling worse than. I mean, I think that anybody's mental health would be better. Anybody's mental health would be better if anybody's mental health would be better if they had a support system. It doesn't even have to be family, but if my family do all this wicked stuff to me, but they know how to call me out on my mistakes as a Christian. Well, what does that say? That they know the evil, wicked stuff that they do. They know what they're doing. To me, telling a family member to go see a psychiatrist, take medicine when you get mad at them, or you need help, or you need to be locked up in a mental institution, that's like a death wish. Because anything can happen to you in those mental institutions. People have been covertly murdered. ubhdenton.wordpress.com. Go there. ubhdenton.wordpress.com. Go there and just look up psychiatric abuse. And yes, they will kill you. I almost got killed. They tried to kill me in the mental at university behavioral health. Some people might be like, so what? You try to kill yourself, so what difference does it make if somebody else try to kill you? Well, I was on those psych medications. I didn't know. And those psych medications, big pharmakia, witchcraft. Psychiatric medication, they say, is witchcraft. Pharmakia, spoken about in the Bible. um so and pharmaceutical medicine is more mind control, another mind control, and taking away your soul, and you can't even think for yourself, and you're blinded with those medications. You're a freaking zombie. So anybody who think I need to be locked up in a mental institution, you want me dead, or anybody else, um you want me dead, and you rejoice and laugh, at my murder, covered up as a suicide, because I don't even try to attempt suicide now that I'm not on those medicines. That's a roach over there. But I know they make all these cramps. um these Charlie horse like cramps, like in my stomach or in my legs or somewhere else. Um so it's like the people who truly need help, and I understand that they're taking away jobs and stuff, and I'm not saying anybody's obligated to give me anything, but you know people justify hypocritical selfishness, that somebody who has a job at Starbucks, and because a person refused to wear a mask, you're going to donate them, that they deserve over $100,000 over some shit like that, or because somebody cried about her nail salon or hair salon or whatever, they give her 330,000, over more than $336,000. But I even think that's way too much money for me. But I would rather just enough money to be able to. I heard that so the government can have more corporate control. Um, we're not allowed to own, and we target individuals getting it first. But some people say everybody's eventually targeted. And 5G is making it worse. Everybody being stalked and spied on. And so I mean, we targeting individuals. We had it really bad. But people say that if the perps get a taste of their own medicine, then if the perps get a taste of their own medicine, that they would have committed suicide a long time ago. But I didn't know what the hell was going on. Some human gonna force you against your will to see a psychiatrist and take medicine, and beat you up and abuse you. And I mean, I didn't know that they said that because when I was on those medicines, I was super suicidal, and people falsely accused me of not taking medicine and falsely accused me. They made it like I was a lost cause and there's no hope for me getting better. And so what's the point of taking pills all these years and you're never cured? If you're never cured for this fictitious mental illness that some human made up for money. So black people, if the mental health system was made based on, I mean, it was actually made based upon all humanity, but it's part of Nazi eugenics, Nazi racist eugenics, because for the New World Order, they're hoping for um, a master race of rich elite white people. Also, Google search the Georgia Guidestones. The Georgia Guidestones. Bill Gates wants to, and I'm speaking the truth. Bill Gates wants to kill off over 90% of the world population. Now, see, my twin sister, she'll dismiss and shun me, but somebody else would tell her, the same things I'm saying, but she'll be more inclined to listen to them. So, I mean, it's really a shame to walk around blacklisted and like people believe making like as if they don't accept or believe a damn thing you're saying, and you're telling the truth, and you're telling the truth, and another person, she'll sit down and listen to them. But I'm not only telling you, I'm trying to show you, and it's like I got frustrated with nobody listening to me, and just about I'm glad I have a few little supporters. And I understand, like, people have a busy life, they work and stuff. I'm not saying that everybody should watch every video of mine. I never said that, but I'm just saying that, I wish I had more support. And I figured that person who said, oh, what is it you want? Money, love, food, shelter, pity, attention. That person I think that person was friends with my twin sister, or was sent. I'm sorry, I'm fighting out unwanted intrusive thought. I have to be careful to fight out the thought, because then I accidentally blurt out the unwanted thought and y'all think I'm talking gibberish or something like that. Now, twin sister's probably gonna watch this, but Brandy, guess what? I'm Kanika Jenkins. Kanika Jenkins was a targeted individual. When she died, you cared so much about her. Sandra Bland was a targeted individual. You cared so much about her. Trayvon Martin was a blood sacrifice for his besotted father, Tracy Martin. But you care about them. But, I'm not just going around bad-mouthing people and just talking shit about people. I'm explaining my traumas and what I've gone through. And me researching narcissistic abuse was how I stumbled upon targeted individuals and gang stalking. I'm like, well, I'm thankful that God led me to this, and like, wow. The Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research is a fake lying cult that will have you blind. Sacred Name Movement, Black Hebrew Israelites, they're a cult. I don't care if you get mad at me. I don't care if you attack me. The New Age movement is a cult, it's false. I don't care if you attack me for saying yoga is evil, martial arts is evil. I've researched that. Oh, you're talking crazy. You're full of shit. No, I'm not. People talking about energy and vibration. Oh, they just want to put you on a low vibration. Oh, don't talk to her because she's negative. She's full of negativity and put you on a and law of attraction and all that. That's new age witchcraft talk. So I mean, I hate when people's making like it's truth. Is nothing. Truth is negativity, and people always talk. You know, the narcissistic new age is being like, oh, you're full of bad energy, or you're just negative, and you're full of negative energy, and I don't want to entertain that. You're negative. You're too negative, energy draining, and complain too much and stuff like that. And I didn't know I was being gang stalked. And if you're a targeted individual, you have so much shit happening to you, um, that you just. Even my twin sister tried to tell me last year, it's no wonder you're banned from everywhere. All that crazy shit you be talking, you know. So, people say that real recognize real, you know. So, I'm glad people called Madison out on being a perp and a fake. I'm so thankful and glad. And I felt hurt because I felt like I thought she was. I even told her, I said, you will seem like you're one of my favorite Twitter followers. And Madison never gave me anything, but she never offered me anything, but I still felt like she was a friend. And I feel like, but Madison repeated the same lie. I mean, she had defended me against Stars 15K, but my twin sister is saying the same lies as Stars 15K, that, oh yeah, if you don't give her, anybody who doesn't give Candy money is a perp. I never said that, but that's what they try to make, like I'm just this money hungry beggar, and that anybody who doesn't agree with me, or anybody who doesn't give me money is a perp. I never felt that way. But I have evidence of Stars 15K following me around, harassing me. But that's their smear campaign and their gaslighting and deflection and um whatever, to distract you from the truth that they're really harassing and following you around. And then Alex would do that too. Harass and follow me around and reverse it on me and lie and say that I'm the one who's following him. But he would, they say that oh yeah, also research remote neural monitoring and V2. I don't get V2K, but they said research remote neural monitoring and forced speech and stuff like that. I'm not a devil. I'm not a monster. So Alex would plant him. He would and I try to switch up my routine, and Alex would still find me. And I'm like, fuck, Alex Dupree. So I would like for my twin sister to go do videos about Alex Dupree harassing me and following me around and telling me police got you under surveillance. You're under surveillance behind a lie. I'm under surveillance behind a lie. Put on a terrorist watch list behind lies. Alex admitted to me that he lied and said that I'm a drug addict and a thief. I don't steal. I'm an honest person. I stole during my teenage years ago, and as a child, but nowadays I don't steal. I was young, and I was not. I mean, I know theft is wrong, but I mean, like, I was still a candy bar out of the store a couple of times during my teenage years, because the foster mom had me, and the psychiatrist had me on those psych medications, and those medicines make you so hungry, and I was starving, and so I didn't have any money, and a couple of times I stole out of the store, like stealing a candy bar, but and when I was working at Popeyes, you know, it's like they were so oppressive over there and cheating me out my hours and stuff like that. And I'm blacklisted. So they played games and refused to hire me. And then they had their setup happen where I was workplace mob. I was 7. Who the fuck workplace mobs a teenager, a child? I was underage. And so, I mean, people weren't calling me crazy, and until that situation happened. And so it's like there are some people who say that, you have light and that's why you treated this way. But I understand other people have it worse. And so all of us have sinned and come short of the glory of God, and none of us is better than the other. But trying to do right, and then all your old sins or wrongdoings are hashed and used against you and thrown in your face, and people even have lies that they created from the past and rehash those and make it like those are lies forever. My twin sister lied on Twitter and said that I was in the closet with the foster boy Cody. That never happened. And the foster boy Cody had died in a car accident. And I think I remember I cried my eyes out when I found out that in 2000 February, like, cause it was February 18th 2005, before Hurricane Katrina, and Ramona did that witch voodoo spell on me. I could have been dead right now. She did a voodoo spell on me and set me up to wreck the rental car. And then people get mad and say, stop renting cars. Not because they care about me or whatever, but it's like they just don't want to see me happy. I'm not allowed to eat what makes me happy. I'm not allowed to do what pleases me. And I'm not allowed just simple peace and quiet. And not allowed, not one support system. I mean, not one person of support. They have to be turned away. And so if all of us targeted individuals have this same thing we're going through, why are targeted people believing the perps, defending the perps, and they turn around and start to harass? And that's why I say, as targeted individuals selling out, and some people be like, well, they just mind controlled into acting that way towards you, and targeted individuals don't trust each other. Well, if everybody was 144,000 and chosen, then they would be able to see through evil and be able to be more supportive of each other. So I think that's an elitist cult, fake trash, bullshit lie that that targeted individuals are 144,000 God's chosen. So but they have elitist mentality. The popular fakes have elitist mentality and think they're better. And they're already rich and they can ask for money. And I mean, I don't ask for money all the time or every day. And targeted Madison, she said to me one time, and I think I remember I screenshot that, when she said, that's how you know you're truly targeted, Candy, because you're very smart and you have a college degree and you can't get a job anywhere. So that's how you know you're truly targeted. So it's like my voice is not being heard, like as if everybody's life matters but mine. I have no rights. Get treated like a punished child, and abused by children and young adults younger than me. And my twin sister, like, when she tried to tell me one time in 2011 or something like that, she said, who cares if they're younger than you? You do what they tell you to do in the mental hospital. Because even the staff were younger than me. And I'm like, well, if all these people are wicked and I don't have to be in a mental institution, y'all don't have the right to have authority over me. I mean, even the narcissistic lady, Beverly Twiggs, a narcissistic abuser who was a gang stalking perp. Now, when I was living in Denton, Texas, how the fuck she was a complete stranger, the mental health nurse, when she entered my house, and the first, like, as if she knew where my journals were, my handwritten journals and notebooks, and she looked through and read through all my embarrassing journals in front of my face. One of the first things she did, she was a perp, and I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know the truth at the time. I wasn't woke to the truth at the time. Well, maybe I was a little woke to a few things. And then she threatened me to my face saying, I'm going to have you evicted and homeless and you're living in chaos. And they act like mental health people act like they should try to control how I have my house and try to force me to clean it up on purpose to re-traumatize me from the foster mom. And I was suffering depression and, too depressed to do anything and wondering why my life is the way it is and stuff. And make threats to punish me. Like they would just come into my house and all these fake mental health people and try to say I have to have this service. And then so my twin sister will laugh and mock that, like my twin sister also put like the foster bomb smear campaign me and lied to everybody and say I diagnosed myself with mental illness, which is not true. Um, and then so my twin sister put on one of her recent videos this morning. Candy diagnosed herself with Asperger. She spelled Asperger syndrome wrong, and she said Candy diagnosed herself with Asperger syndrome. Other people have diagnosed me with that, and plus, I mean the doctors didn't, but I read up on it, and the doctors in my kindergarten records that I have in my storage unit, the doctor said that I was diagnosed with pervasive developmental disorder, but then it was ruled out. And then after that, they said it's high functioning autism. All those psych meds and vaccines that they force on us as children. And then other people say, well, is there any chance that you have Asperger syndrome because you're so hypersensitive to everything? I've been experimented on. We've been experimented on. And so, I was like, well, I even tweeted on Twitter that, is it going to be till I'm dead and gone? Or after, after somebody kills me or something, after I die? And then it's going to be after I'm already dead that people say, well, Candy was right. Or Candy was telling the truth. Candy wasn't crazy after all. We're so sorry we treated her this way. So, yeah, people hate your guts and wish you dead, and then when you die or whatever, that's when everybody loves you after you're already dead. And that's the sad truth, that people hate you until you're dead, and all of a sudden, and then they're like, well, we don't want to speak ill of the dead, or we don't want to speak ill on, we don't want to badmouth people who are not here to defend themselves. But the living who are not here to defend themselves, you badmouth them. So, you know, but there are some people who will trash you even after you're dead. And so, I mean, it's like as if everybody's life matters but mine. How can you how can you participate in or believe Black Lives Matter, but you want your black family member, to die at the hands of the mental health system? You want, like, everybody wants me locked up in a mental institution so bad. Oh, like as if you speak in truth and they panic and be like, oh no, she's off her meds, she needs to be stopped. I haven't been on medication since 2011. And in 2009, no, it was 2007, I think it was. I said, wait a minute, pills don't solve my problems. And I was going to write a book in 2009 and call it The Psych World. And the Psych World book that I was going to write was to talk about my mental health experiences. But now it's a whole bigger psych world than just mental health. So it's like this whole, like, we're living in a, like people say, we're living in a matrix, and we're living in a world full of just nothing but lies. Everything's a lie. Everything we were taught was a lie, and the like, a lot of religion is even a lie. But I'm glad to have Jesus with no religion, But the Bible talks about pure and undefiled religion, which is, the narrow gate that we should enter into, the narrow gate. Um, so the foster family brainwashed my twin sister into thinking she was, and also the kids at school brainwashed my twin sister into thinking she's better than me. And then I heard that they pit us. My twin sister knows that the foster mom and the social workers pit us against each other so that they could distract us and then take our money after we turn 18. The foster mom must have thought that I was gonna die under her control, and I broke away. And I'm glad. And I'm glad I got out of the fake IDMR cult. Fake Institute of Divine Metaphysical Research. And on my other channel, when I exposed that cult, Stars 15K followed me there and harassed me there too. But there's this one targeted individual. She said that the gang stalkers all need to be caught and killed. That's what another targeted individual said that. But some targeted individuals be like, well, these gang stalkers, we hope they get the karma that's coming to them, or we hope they die, or we hope something really bad happens to them, or but a lot of us targeted individuals are innocent, and the satanic non-consensual human trafficking and human experimentation. Some people say that we should get like reparations or victims compensation or something like that for targeted and trafficked individuals that our natural God-given human rights are stolen from us illegally by satanic people, because we don't conform to the system, and we don't conform to the world. And I never fit in. And I don't have to fit in. I don't care. But I mean, even other professed Christians, I'm like, well, that might be why the targeted individual community hate me and refuse to listen to me, because targeted individuals, a lot of them they're the ones who are the popular fakes, and they're into New Age, Satanism, the occult, some of them are fake TI perp Freemasons, they're false Christians, and stuff like that. And they're New Agers, they're gang stalkers, Freemasons, witches. They do witchcraft, and some of them are flat out Satanists, and those are the you gotta watch out for, because I mean, and my twin sister used that against me and said, well, other targeted individuals had her come live with them, and she refused their offers and stuff like that too. People like this person impersonating my twin sister back in June when I was in Mobile, Alabama. This person impersonated my twin sister, and I'm like, my twin sister's a perp, but I know that my twin sister doesn't talk like that. And so this person went to impersonate my twin sister and said I got 99 donuts and I ate one or something like that. I don't remember what the YouTube username is, but some people are like, that's your twin sister and you can't even help her. Oh no, she doesn't deserve help. And so all these fake TI perps and actual perps were harassing me and making comments saying, you don't get my money because you're a Christian, or only Alex Dupree gets my money, and then all these people who condemn me for not having a job, but then they block me from working. But then I heard a Christian woman, well, some people say it pertains to all Christian women. Other people say it pertains to only married Christian women, that they should be homemakers, and that it's feminism is the reason why women wear pants. I mean, I know I have short hair right now and I shouldn't, but my hair was damaged so bad I couldn't comb it. So I'm trying to let it grow back out. So they said feminism is the reason why women wear pants, and why women share equal or sometimes have higher authority than men. And they say that feminism is rebellion and satanic. And so women working outside the house, they said that that's not in God's order. That women are supposed to bear children, and and I always wanted to be a family wife and have children, but and I love children, but yeah, I can't even say I love kids. They'd be like, oh, see, that's proof she's a pervert right there. It's fucked up. I'm not even allowed to compliment. Like if I compliment, I mean, every narcissistic abusers always they always make sexually perverted false accusations against smear campaigns against the victim, and making like I'm just fucking sick in the head. Like my twin sister, when I was trying to tell her the truth about the New World Order and the Illuminati, and she was very abusive and vicious in 2013, and I tried to show love and everything like that, and she was being just mean and abusive for no reason, and I'm like, why? And so she you know, treated me a certain way and try to say that people who research MK Ultra and all that they're sick, or people who research Illuminati and New World Order and depopulation, that we're sick people. So truth seekers are sick people according to my twin sister. But as I said, she never called me a conspiracy theorist. And none of my family ever used that word, conspiracy theorist or conspiracy theorists or theories or whatever. But the Foster family, like, they cut the narcissistic Brian and the Foster mama, they cut their eyes. But you see that those conspiracy theories and all that shit you be listening to, while they're brainwashed with the freaking TV and TV brainwashing them, and it's like the main people who are the narcissistic abusers who think they're doing better by obeying. They think they're better than you because they blindly obey the government. But they'll be the number one people who's first in line for the mark of the beast and that vaccine. And I know our money is fake, but it's like the fiat currency. I researched about the Federal Reserve and stuff. I know it's fake, but it's like, it's like you need it to survive. But I was just trying to ask, for enough money to be able to start my own business. And the perps might be like, well, don't buy from her, or nobody will buy from me, and they'll make sure my business is shut down. But it's like the people who are getting their books and their short stories and blogs that were getting attention on Twitter were the ones who glorifying Satan and the devil and fantasy and dark horror and stuff like that. Those were the ones getting all the attention. So, but I'm like, that's what it is. I can't even witness to other people without, as a Christian, passing out gospel tracts. That's not allowed. But the fake Jehovah's Witnesses, they can do it. But their lies and more. Some people are flocking to the Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm like, no, and then they just miss and call me crazy and laugh at me and shoo me away. So I know I said this was one of my last, the previous videos, but I had to come and address the smear campaign and the rumors and lies about me just wanting people's money and all that, which is nothing but lies. And people don't want to see me. People say the streets is no place for a woman, and all this bad weather and stuff. The bad weather can happen anywhere. So I'm just trying to figure out where's a good place to move at, though. I'm open to moving somewhere, but I hate cold weather, and I can't function in cold weather. And then the West Coast, I don't mind the warm weather in Arizona, but the West Coast people are a certain kind of fucked up, so a distinct kind of fake and fucked up, and just something wrong with West Coast people. I haven't been further north than Los Angeles. Northern California, I heard people are better, but Los Angeles and San Diego and stuff, they're freaking corrupt. They are corrupt. And it's like they're reprobate and corrupt, and there's no hope. Who am I to say that anybody can change? But some people are just that doggone stubborn and their conscience seared with a hot iron, speaking lies and hypocrisy, a conscience seared with a hot iron. Um, I have Tourette's and stuff, and I know I have a potty mouth and get frustrated and stuff like that. And it's it's really scary not having anybody or not having a support system. Even though I prefer to be alone, but I can't battle this harassment by myself. Um, so, but yeah, I had to come and address that. But you know what? God knows, and I know what my agenda is. Just trying to get off the streets and get my own place. And I don't do well with roommates. And it's like, what if I bounce around from roommate to roommate? Because even if they say they're targeted, and then they end up being exploitative perps, or if they might be truly targeted and then just flip on me, and then I just have to keep bouncing around and moving. So I would rather just have I don't know. I'm just so scared with everything. So thanks for listening and for me to talk 2 hours and straighten things out. And I hope you take me seriously. And I love y'all. And oh wait, so it's like, how can people it's like the most judgmental people are the ones who don't know your don't know your what you. They judge and condemn and kick. They're wicked, and they judge and condemn and kick you down without even knowing the true story and the full story about your situation and what you're going through. And maybe I should take that back. About wishing Stars 15K would die of her cancer. But it's like, wow, she's bullying and torturing me mercilessly, and she's like, yeah, let's get her 5150, yeah, let's get her banned from hotel rooms, and yeah, let's get her, and then she'll be like, your behavior is this and that, and just fucking with me for no reason at all. So I know I need to repent of when you get frustrated and say certain things. I know we all do it. And but it's like, my twin sister wants to just paint a picture that I'm just this evil monster, and she tried to talk about our brother Wyatt being so convincing with lies, but she does the same thing. People don't listen to me. People have their minds made up about me before I can even have my chance or open up, and then targeted individuals are, I'm not, they don't, they tune me out and ignore me. And so I wonder if people will be like, people need to stop ganging up on Candy Grand Prix and realize she's a real TI and realize what she's really suffering through, and that she doesn't have a sinister agenda to destroy anybody. But this gang stalking system needs to be taken down, and we need to have our independence, freedom, and rights back. That's all, and my peace and quiet and normalcy that I never got to have. So that's all I'm freaking asking. I'm not asking for too much. For you supporters, thank you for taking me seriously. It means a lot. And I'm hoping, and then, that Tamika Evans person said, your twin sister, oh, she helped people with what? Oh, she's so delusional and stuff like that. Well, some people are telling me that my story and my videos are helping people. But they're like, people would rather flock to a lie, and that's the ones who get millions of, the ones who talk just idle bullshit and gossip about celebrities and stuff like that. Those are the ones who get, get all this, so many views and stuff. But like, I'm blacklisted, and my channel will get taken down for speaking truth. I already had like a strike on my channel for talking about the coronavirus and people being, how coronavirus make people waste their money and stuff. That got taken down. So my channel is being attacked. I get thumbs down and then people say, don't worry about the thumbs down. Well, I should ignore my channel being taken down too. So, I'm sorry for talking so much, but I'm debating on whether or not to leave my YouTube channel at least open. And yes, that's what the lady said. Everything was, you were all fine and everything was good until you got on social media. But that was emergency. And well, I'm glad I met the people that I did and learned some more stuff that I learned on Twitter and other social media. But I need to not get not no more Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that for me. Because I told myself I would never get back on social media again, except YouTube, but never again any social media. Um, it's more make you more depressed. So I'm out of here. Love y'all. Bye.